Hi, how's it going? In a while ago, I did a session where I kind of sat down and played some of my old games and actually found some more of them. So, to start with, this is a little demo thing that I wrote, and this is my kind of my anti-lesson, my don't do this lesson, because I spent the longest time on this game. You see, back in the day in Game Maker, you had a kind of default level editor, and it was pretty good, but it pretty much had a rectangular grid for placing objects. And so the simplest way to make a level for a game would be to use rectangular blocks. And so a lot of those old like first-person shooters that you saw in Game Maker and stuff like that, they were often fixed to rectangular blocks. And I thought I wanted to bust out of that, so I created my own level system with text files. So I mean, I don't know what this means. I would unironically enter a whole level by hand. I would draw it up. I think it's like A is floor, B is wall, or something like that. It makes no sense. I would draw everything up on paper and then enter it in. See, what does this mean? This means nothing. I didn't think to create a level editor first and then. No, I just hand typed it. This is 13 kilobytes, which on a text file is quite a lot. So this is why I think it's a good idea to not jump into a big project, but just to do a few like little projects. See, imagine trying to debug this. Not fun. See, what does this mean? Maybe one level, saying there's one level. And this would be textures for level 0. So we have a texture number, a file number, and some other stuff. I don't even remember what any of this means. Yeah, so we have texture numbers and they map to these. And then anyway, but I'm not entirely sure. So if I knew a few things before I went in and made this project, it would have been a lot more painless. Maybe I would have even made the project, not just a demo. But enough of that, I'll jump into it. Ooh, Webbscom. And this is my game. It's Lilitu. Lilitu is the name of a demon, and this music is like the whisper of the demon. Anyway, we'll get started. Okay, so you see a few things. See how this surface isn't like a pure black, it's a gray. So I made a kind of texture layering system. So we have the emissive texture, and then on top of that we have like a glass surface which reacts to light. And the lighting's a bit janky because it's vertex-based lighting. And the lights are automatically generated, which is why that model is really big. But we can like shoot things. And yeah, we can see some of the lighting. It's pretty cool. Just slide down here, and we can look over. Shoot down there, which is pretty cool. But as you can see, it's, you know, it's not on a rectangular grid. And this is like all the pain and suffering I went through was to create this non-rectangular grid system. Animations, yeah, and lighting as well. So we pop in here, and then the lights behind. Yeah, anyway. at the time I reached out to some people in the community. I'm like, hey, I'm going to put like billboards in my game. Do you want to like give me some ads and I can put them in the game? Back then in the day, everyone had a Webbscom website. Collect some ammo. And yeah, like this is pretty cool. You know how much time it took me to make this by hand in a text file? Not fun. But like it does look cool. So we can go to these panels and E to interact, and we can read things. And this is just loading in from text files. It's only one page. We can pop back. And see, this is, again, like I'm saying, it's a really good idea not to jump into a major project, but just to learn like a bunch of little components of the project before making it, because like this could have been pretty cool, but I didn't really know how to design interfaces, so it kind of looks janky. Yeah. Come on. Do not use the elevator. Okay, so this is very inspired by Doom 3 because I've got like the authorization code for the elevator in here. Yeah. And this was where things were going to kick off, but yeah, I decided not to press on with that. It was just taking too much time. So that's a quick demo. Now onto a slightly fuller game, simpler but fuller. None of these games really have the same kind of level of polish that Doom Clone 4 had in the previous video, but yeah, this is the last one I'm going to look at. Summa the Exhumation. So I really like this effect. It's just repeatedly creating clouds, but the randomness kind of gives it some texture. Ooh, spooky. This is inspired by The Exorcist. But that weird sequel where they're actually in Sumeria. Anyway, people hated this level. I thought it would be cool to have like one level that was just like outdoors, kind of a maze. I actually wanted to do... Jeez, that music's annoying. I actually wanted to do a, like you're out in the village, like getting supplies to go into the tomb, but that didn't happen. Get ready for it. So what I'm doing here is based on the position that the object is facing and the position that the angle between the object and the player. I'm selecting a different sprite to display. that. That's a bit... What's going on there? Anyway. That's a med kit. And there we are. That teleports us to the next level. And this is where it actually begins. I don't know, for some reason people hated that level. I'm probably going to have to like color correct this in post because it's really, really dark. But if we have a look here, we can see there's a shadow on the monster, which I thought was very cool. So essentially I'm just tracing down to the ground and then stretching a sprite, and the sprite is the monster drawn in black with some other angle calculations in there. We can hit F for flashlight, and that projects a light out until it hits a wall, and the natural variation in that as we walk produces a kind of a flickering effect. This is all the Newgrounds audio portal. I just kind of spent a bit of time browsing, getting random tracks. I really like this effect. So, just the standard Doom sprites, but this little short wall will actually trap the flashlight. So when we hit that, it catches the flashlight and then the flashlight illuminates. Very spooky. I love that effect too. So the lighting isn't too sophisticated, we don't have proper shadows, but like, that's good enough. Art style trumps graphics. Ah, the medkit. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Yeah, that was just a quick kind of run through. I mean, that game, there's not much else to it. It's just a whole lot of bad guys. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you again soon with some tutorials. All right, bye.